Hello and welcome. It's been a while, about 2 years to be exact since I've made a video. My sincerest apologies for that. Life has happened. That's the most I can say. There's been some ups, there's been a lot of downs, more so good ups. You know, it's a balance, and I think I'm just gonna talk about that today because I'm back. I'm happy to be back. It's, like I said, it's been a long time. I'm really trying to familiarize myself with making a video again, because it's been, oh my God, I had to ask, how do I turn on this button? What do I do for this? There was a lot of frustration, a lot of it took a while to get here, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you for being here, though. Also, thank you for everyone who has stayed on my channel the past 2 years when I literally just ghosted everybody. Thanks for staying. I mean, I have not contributed one single bit. Thank you, though. If you decide to not continue staying, that's okay too. I will talk about how the direction of my channels and my life are going, if you'd like to stay tuned for that. So this is all over the place. Okay, the first update. Approximately, it'll be in December of this year, so it'll be 2 years ago in December, I had to abruptly move with my, at the time, boyfriend. So I moved in with him. I lost a friend, not through death, but through a lot of tumultuous situations, which I'm not gonna go into right now. I'm shaking the camera with the table. I'm not gonna go into that right now, but I did lose a friend. And that friend was actually a big part of my channel. So for those of you who might have seen that I've deleted a lot of videos, they're not deleted, they're just private, but there's reasoning for that. My channel and my life are just going in a new, entirely different direction. And that friend, that person that I even lived with, is no longer a part of my life. And that's okay. Life happens. It was a very negative situation, but a lot has happened from it. There's been a lot of growth, and I'm excited to move forward. I hope that they are doing well. That's the best I can say for that. Again, not gonna go into details. So I abruptly moved, very, very abruptly. And then I got a new job shortly after. So it was a very big transition of moving to a whole new city, getting an entirely new job. It was very chaotic. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to remember the sequence of everything that happened. And then shortly after that, I got engaged. Aww. I'm burping. I got engaged. Can you see that? Can you see that? I don't know. Is it blurry? How do we make it so you can see that? I don't know. I'm actually really excited about this ring. So it's not diamond, it's Herkimer diamond from New York. So it's a more sustainably mined diamond, I guess, if you want to call it that. And it has more, for me, it has more meaning and more benefits. So yeah, my boyfriend turned into my fiance, but let's move on. So now I'm engaged, right? I moved out, I'm in a new city, new job. Then 9 months later, no, I did not have a baby. 9 months later, I and my fiance, Juan, we bought a house. Our very first house that we've ever purchased. And I just want to say how incredibly grateful I am. But also, I'm incredibly proud of us. We worked really hard. We saved a decent amount of money. And we fucking bought a house. It was very fast. Here's the thing. I saw a house on Zillow. I was like, that house. I want that one. And we needed one. The place that we were living before was pretty cramped. We needed more space. So I'm like, we're gonna get that one. And we get a realtor to go check it out. That same day, we put in an offer. The seller accepted the offer. And then we went through a several week process of loan loan approval, which we got approved, but my goodness, if you have never been through a loan approval process, for some people it might be easy peasy. For us, wow, that was intense. We did it though. We got approved, and I want to say I'm just so thankful and grateful, and I understand that a lot of people can't afford houses right now. The market is awful. The APRs right now, come on. I mean, I don't know, they're just kind of outrageous. And we worked hard, and I want to actually, not even we, I'm going to say Juan works so hard. He has multiple jobs. That man deserves recognition. We would not be here today if it wasn't for your hard work. So I know you're watching this. Thank you. I love you so much. We did it. We are adults now. If I know some people might not agree with getting mortgages, and actually, I don't know how many people who don't agree with getting a mortgage. Well, there are some people who are like, well, you should just save up enough money and buy a little $20,000 hut and live in that. We did not do that. So we are living in a house right now. One day, I will probably do a house tour of some sort. I have to fully clean the entire house before I do that, because I'm not going to be putting out, dirty dishes or anything. Not that there's dirty dishes right now. I'm just saying. Right now, my studio is in our basement. We have a finished basement, which is very nice. So that's where the studio is. I'm sorry, I'm just very excited. I'm very excited. I want to say that if I can do it, anyone can buy a house. I shouldn't say anyone. Anyone. No. We're putting that out there. Anyone can buy a house. Let's get some motivation going. We're working for building our life, essentially, because this is what we are going to call the starter home, all depending on how life goes and the markets and everything. But eventually we want to get like a piece of land and a house like that. That is always, it's always been my goal. And now it's our goal together. Okay. House stuff aside, what else has happened? What else has happened? There's been a lot. Well, let's touch on a little bit of a not so nice thing that happened. Unfortunately, a couple months ago, my grandpa passed away. And it hit me a different kind of way, I think, because my grandma had passed away, what was it now, 15 years ago? She was very young when she died. And so my grandpa, he found another wife and he moved on and he moved to Texas and things like that. But I wasn't very close to him. But when he died and I never got a chance to say goodbye, it hit me of like, oh my gosh, even though we weren't close, that you just have to hug your loved ones, call them every now and then, tell them, how's it going? What's going on with your life? And it's hard because I personally have some issues with certain family. I know a lot of people have issues with certain family, and my goal for spreading a message is everyone to try to come together and realize that we are all one big family. I know it's so cheesy, but we are all one big family, and we need to try to work together and love each other and realize there's so much room for growth and opportunities. So yes, rest in peace to my grandpa. I am sure his energy, his soul, whatever you want to call it, is on a new journey. And I think he's doing pretty good, but it was sad for a bit. Let's try not to end on a super negative note here. I think that's it. I think that's all. So, yes, we're going back. Wow. This video, thank you for being here if you're still here. We're going to go back to my channel, right? It was called Liz A Social. I changed it to Liz Melody for a lot of reasons. I'm very now particular with the words that I use. If you haven't seen my 4 Agreements book review video, I'm leaving that on my channel. And one of the agreements is to try to be impeccable with your word and what you say. And I do, over the years, I've realized it's actually very important with the words that you say. Very incredibly important. And ever since what happened 2 years ago, I have been on a new type of journey, a new self-discovery situation, I guess. And I've learned so much. There's still a lot to learn. Wow, words. I feel like working on yourself and trying to become a better version of yourself every day it can be difficult. I'm not saying it is always difficult, but you have to really, I want to say you have to let go of your ego a lot. I'm not saying demolish it. It's part of you, but you have to really turn into your own issues and be objective about it and be like, okay, this is what I have to work on in order to be better. And I think that's what I've been trying to do. And I've realized that some of the videos that I had posted no longer fit with my goals, my views, my outlook on life. And so I have privated them. It was a time in my life. So it's not that I'm fully getting rid of it, I still have them in my archive. And it was a part of life that happened, and now I'm moving forward. And that's, I think, I'm trying to also live in the present, but realize, that was my past. I can't do anything about my past except move forward from it. So some of those videos are private now because they don't fit with my view. For instance, some of the videos I said, I'm never getting married. And then I changed that, and I'm engaged now. So I grew in certain kind of ways. But I want to have a little side note, little cliff note here. There are some people who will never change their ways or their views. That's okay. Till the day they die, they will never change. There are some people who say something when they're young, and then when they get older, they change their mind. That's okay too. There's all these in between and gray areas of constant growth and change. But what I will say is, I think when people say something that's considered drastic or dramatic, like, when I was 18 and 19 and I said, I'm never getting married. Never. And then about 4 or 5 years later, that changed. I said yes to getting engaged. It's just because, I just grew differently. My mind changed in certain ways, and I realized, actually that's okay. I do want that to be a part of my life. But when people judge harshly for people who say drastic things, that's where there becomes issues. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh no, you say that now, but you'll definitely change your mind. You actually never know what a person is gonna do, right? So they could change their mind or they couldn't. They might live their whole life and not get married. They might live their whole life and not have kids. You just don't know. So I think that's like a good lesson that I've learned, is that it's okay for my mind to change and for myself to grow in different ways. But it's okay also if I didn't. It doesn't mean that I'm a fake person. It doesn't mean that I lied to people. That's not it. All it means is that I changed. And that's isn't that the nature of life? Is you change? You know what I mean? You don't always stay the same. I don't know. I think it's okay to have one view and then later on have a different view. Is that radical? I don't know. Oh, another thing too, which I don't even know if I have shown her on this channel. I might have privated one of those videos. Right before I moved out abruptly of the apartment I was living in, I had got another cat. Her name is Hazel. I will insert a picture. Aww. And she has been so crazy. This lady is a princess. She is the princess of the house. She runs this household. We all bow down before Hazel. Love the queen. She's a princess and a queen. Let's get that straight. No, she's really good. And we're also maybe next year going to bring in another dog, which I'm so excited about. Because we already know I have my Mr. Weenie, my Mr. Serious, my baby boy. We have Bashy, so cute. And now we're gonna have another dog. Okay, well, this has been quite the introduction of getting back into my channel. Thank you so much for being here again. My new direction before I head out is that I'm actually going to be focusing on the We Know Nothing channel because I've turned into a different person. And I think the Liz Melody channel, it's a good like vlog type situation, if anything, maybe a couple little sit down videos or something. But again, I'm going in a new direction, and that direction involves knowledge. It involves like learning and self-improvement, but also just like a lot of reading, you know what I mean? I've been trying to get back into reading, and that's what the We Know Nothing was about. It started out with reading books, and that's what it's gonna still be, but it's also going to be discussions and, you know, trying to relate life to like, just, I don't even know how to word it. Basically, let's call We Know Nothing a knowledge-seeking channel, right? And I'm gonna be learning just as much as the viewer. I'm not gonna go on there thinking that I know everything, because guess what? We know nothing. But I am gonna go on there with an open mind of let's learn together and let's try to come with ideas and figure out what sounds like it makes sense, and maybe nothing makes sense, and that's okay. Does this make sense? Anyways, so Liz Melody channel, it is still gonna be here, don't worry. We Know Nothing is going to be my main focus. I hope you come join me. I'm finally gonna finish the Kabbalion on that channel. I kind of just left it high and dry. So also Sophie's World. I don't know if you can hear that up there, but Hazel is scratching at the door. She somehow got through the barrier. We have a little gate. She got through the barrier, and now she is mad that she is not down here with me. Again, Princess and the Queen, we bow down to her. She's gonna come behead me, so that's great. Anyways, okay. Where was I? What was I saying? Oh, we're going to We Know Nothing. So I'm gonna put that link below if you wanna go subscribe to that channel. That would be fantastic. That's where I will spend most of my time. Yeah, wow. I'm back. What? I'm back. I just feel like this isn't real. It is though. It's very real. But what is real? What is reality? Okay. So I'm gonna go because this was a lot. This was very chaotic. I feel like my energy might not be this intense on the We Know Nothing channel, just because I'm gonna have to like really process information, what I'm reading and saying. Here I'm just blurting whatever out, and it sometimes doesn't make sense. What we need to do is just do our best. Do your best. That's the best we can do. All right. Bye. Goodbye. Adios. Toodles. I don't know what's a good outro. I've never had an outro, so okay, bye.